right, we're back with the fourth segment of the Harry Thomas Show Week in Review. Today is March 8th, 2008. The website is located at harrythomas.info. I'm your host, Harry Thomas. We Are Change was very active this week, and I've got a bunch of reports coming out from them. Ohio Change confronts Bill Clinton by linking the black ops of false flag terrorism and the corrupt underside of American politics. The activists point to a criminal network that has seized control of the highest levels of the American government. A whole array of people have perished suspiciously in the orbit of the Clinton machine, leading to questions about the legitimacy of the American justice system. And we talked about that last week, about how scores and scores of bodyguards, lawyers, political opponents, and everything else come up dead. And Ohio Change confronted Bill Clinton.
This is what I like. This is what I like. This 9/11 truth, you know what this guy thinks? They think 9/11 was an inside job. I think 9/11 was murder committed by foreign terrorists associated with Al-Qaeda. I think that we haven't gotten the leadership of Al-Qaeda because we've been too obsessed with Iraq. We know who killed 3,000 Americans, including more than 200 Muslims and people from 70 other countries. And these people can't get any publicity on their own, so they're here coming to our rally, interrupting my speech to perpetrate this. Let me tell you something. We lost Secret Service agents on 9/11. My wife lost some of her friends on 9/11. We lost the Catholic chaplain of the New York City Fire Department, who was a friend of ours on 9/11. I don't like being told a bunch of hokum. We know who killed him, and it was time we went after them.
Now you see that? He says they can't get publicity on their own. You know what I'm saying? This is a total cover-up. Bill Clinton was confronted by We Are Change in Houston. They were yelling at him, telling him that he won't have his New World Order. This is what happened.
Bill, tell him about the North American Union. You won't have your New World Order, Bill. The CFR scum, just like John McCain. They're the same people. You both funded 9/11. You're both behind it. Tell us about Bilderberg. Tell us about the Bilderberg meeting. Hey, Bill. Tell us how you got elected. Bilderberg.
Great job.
You won't have your North American Union, Bill. We won't have socialism here in America, not as long as I'm around. The CFR scum, New World Order scum.
We Are Change confronted Mitt Romney this week. Now listen to this.
Thank you.
Say, Mr. Romney,
so much. Good to see you.
If you become president, what are you gonna do to stop the North American
Hi
Union?
there, how are you? Good to see you. We're not going to have a North America Union, that's for sure.
You
Hi,
promise
how are
us?
you? I have no interest in that at all. We're not going to do that. Hi, guys. We're not going to have a North America Union, that's for sure.
You
Hi,
promise
how are
us?
you? I have no interest in that at all. We're not going to do that. Hi, guys. How are you?
Security and prosperity partnership, then?
Thank you for being here.
What about a new
How are you
investigation
guys?
in 9/11, sir?
Good to see you.
50,000 first responders dying.
Pardon?
I used to live in Rhode Island.
Now did you hear that? Romney said, well, we're not going to have a North American Union. And then when the 9/11 questions come up, he just ignored them. Rhode Island Change confronted Hillary Clinton. This is what happened there.
Mrs. Clinton. It's getting crazy, I know. Mrs. Clinton, do you support the victims' families' call for a new investigation of 9/11?
Get it back there. Hillary, can I get a picture of you?
Mrs. Clinton.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Clinton, will you support the victims' families' call for a new investigation of 9/11?
Who am I here? Oh my God! I haven't worked.
Will you make it an issue to help the 50,000 sick and dying first responders in 9/11?
First one. So, you'll be fabulous. Good luck, Hillary.
Did you attend the Bilderberg conference in Ottawa?
Thank you for the red light. Hillary, signed by Bill.
Senator, you're the best. We love you.
How about David Rockefeller's funding of your campaign and the fact that you vacation with the Bush family? How can we trust a candidate like that? The North American Union, Mrs. Clinton, I know you can hear me. Please, some comment.
Where is this go? Where is this go?
I know you can hear me, ma'am. Please, any comment.
See, Hillary just ignored these questions. And then she had her Secret Service bullies go in and push them to the back. Push them people to the back. It is just incredible. A 9/11 protester arrested after yelling at Bill Clinton. A protester has been charged with disorderly conduct after yelling at former President Bill Clinton during a campaign stop. Police were approaching the man when someone in the crowd grabbed his sign and tore it in half. The paper says that the unidentified man screamed at officers to protect his First Amendment rights. The police just handcuffed the man and took him to a patrol car and said he would be charged with disorderly conduct. I mean, this is crazy. What do you mean disorderly conduct? For holding up a sign? For demanding that they do something about the perpetrators that ripped the sign down and destroyed his property? No, you're arrested for speaking out. You're arrested because you're the terrorist now, because domestic terrorism is the issue. See what I'm saying? And and these police are just allowed to bully you and trample all over your constitutional rights now. They're not, I don't even know why they even take an oath anymore, because it's just a big farce. When these cops and these military officials and these politicians take an oath to uphold the Constitution, that is one of the biggest lies I've ever seen perpetrated against the American people, because that is not what they're doing at all. They're torturing and killing innocents. Last month, the former president had an angry response to a 9/11 protester. 9/11 was not an inside job, he said. It was an Osama bin Laden job. He said, we look like idiots, folks denying that the people who murdered our fellow citizens didn't, when they are continuing to murder people all around the world. So we've heard from you, now you go away. Well, we're not going to go away, Mr. Clinton, and you're not going to have your new world order. Free speech is disorderly conduct, apparently, in Corpus Christi. It appears both the police and former president and war criminal at large, Bill Clinton, have had it with people insisting 9/11 was an inside job. And it's only a matter of time, of course, as people have dogged Clinton's trail for weeks now as he shills his Bilderberg choice for decider commander-in-chief wife to most flaunting masses at campaign stops. The American Heritage Dictionary defines disorderly conduct as an offense involving disturbance of the public peace and decency. Naturally, asking Clinton about 9/11 is nothing less than a disturbance of the public peace and decency, as mere commoners are not allowed to mention such things. Not anymore. I mean, how dare we? How dare we? We Are Change UK members arrested for demanding referendum. Rob Little and Simon Moore on Sunday, March 2nd, 2008. Activists from We Are Change UK. They penetrated security at the Guildhall building on Parliament Square, Westminster, and they scaled a 250-foot crane to put up a banner reading, "Referendum now and give us our vote," in reference to the vote in the House of Commons on whether to give the UK public a vote on the Treaty of Lisbon, which, if ratified, will transfer large amounts of power to the European Union and also pave the way for greater transfers of power in the future. Simon Moore said, quote, "You cannot give away the people's power without their consent. This is a question of democracy." Rob Little showed courage and conviction, and it did take courage and conviction to do that banner, okay? Because they've made laws saying you can't protest now over in the UK and stuff. And I just want to say to YouTube listeners, if you want to listen to the rest of the segment, you're going to have to tune into the podcast. And there's a link to that at the harrythomas.info.
Freedom train is leaving.